Hey, useless cow. I'm almost home now. Are there any concerns that I should know about? I expect that you have completed all of the tasks that I assigned to you, and I don't want to hear excuses.
As usual, I took care of all the housework, such as cleaning, doing laundry, washing dishes, and taking out the trash. What else? And I also helped you to rearrange your wardrobe just the way you want it.
Good to hear that you finally decided to be useful for once. Is dinner ready? I'm starving. I can even hear my stomach growling right now. If you didn't cook something I like, I would be really furious. I'm in a terrible mood today, so you'd better watch out.
What happened, honey?
What else could it be, other than my idiotic boss berating me again for the third time this month? Anyways, I'm in no mood to discuss this with you. So just mind your own business. Just tell me what you cooked for dinner.
I have prepared your favorite dish, beef steak with mashed potatoes. This time cooked to a well-done state. I know that you prefer your steak rare, but I'm afraid that there would be bacteria in rare meat, which could potentially harm either of us. I'm not taking any chances with our child's health. I'm at the last month of my pregnancy, and I'm making sure that I do everything I can to keep them safe.
What on earth were you thinking? You know how much I hate well-done beefsteak. It's tough and chewy, and the taste is as bland as a cardboard box. Either you cook me a new dish or you can throw everything in the garbage. 'Cause I'm not interested in eating that pig slop of yours.
Why are you saying this to me? Do you know how much time and effort I put into that dish? Just give it a taste. I know you'll like it.
I don't care what you do with it. Throw it away now, or I'll do it for you when I get back. And you won't like the way I do it.
Please, honey. Need I remind you that I'm currently pregnant with our child? I know that you're angry at what your boss did to you at work, but don't take your anger out on me. If you still consider yourself my husband, then you must also take on your fair share of the domestic responsibilities. As a married couple, we are partners in all aspects of our lives, including the household chores. It's not fair for me to shoulder the burden of all the domestic work while you contribute very little.
Are you freaking kidding me? If I can take care of the household chores, what do I need a wife for? You think you can just laze about and simply watch over the house while I'm away? I could buy a dog, and it would do a better job than you 10 times out of 10.
You're being unreasonable, Jasper. You're my husband, and you will soon be the father of our child. So I'm asking you to be more responsible with your words and your actions towards me. Why don't you roll up your sleeves and cook dinner by yourself? I'm exhausted from being the only one who takes care of everything in this house on my own.
Oh, so now you've resorted to rioting, huh? How many times do I have to explain to your tiny little brain that I'm the one who brings home the bacon around here? All you have to do is just saunter around the house all day and do some meaningless housework, yet you still fail to fulfill them. What kind of a wife are you, really? I regret ever having to marry you in the first place.
Well, why don't you try and do everything by yourself? I'm sure you'll find that it's not as easy as you think.
Enough about that. What about the broken light bulb and the leaky faucet in the kitchen? Did you manage to fix them as I ordered? The clogged drains are making me want to tear my hair out, and the peeling exterior wall is an eyesore. I expect all of these things to be done by the time I get home, or else.
I couldn't complete all the repairs on my own, so I asked the neighbor to help out. Everything is good now, so there's nothing for you to worry about.
You what? You conveniently let a stranger into our house without my permission, and he was a man? You must be kidding me. I knew I had a bad feeling about you from the start, and I should have trusted my instincts. You're cheating on me, aren't you? I guess you've been lying in wait for the perfect opportunity to catch me off guard, and have an affair behind my back. What a two-faced snake! I should have listened to my intuition and kicked you out of my house years ago.
talking about, Jasper? It's totally not fair to accuse me of cheating without any evidence. I know you're not comfortable with strangers, but Evan is not a stranger. He's our next door neighbor.
Not fair? Yeah, right. You're not only a parasite who knows nothing but to leech off my hard-earned money. Now you're also a debauched woman who takes advantage of her husband's absence to hit on other men. Don't you dare talk to me about fairness. You're the last person who deserves it. I told you to take on the repairs on your own, but I didn't expect you to use it as an excuse to flirt. What were you thinking? Did you think I wouldn't find out?
I'm not flirting with anyone. Besides, why do you expect a pregnant woman to do all kinds of home repairs like that? I'm often physically and emotionally exhausted, and I need additional rest and relaxation. I never wanted to disturb our neighbor, but I couldn't do all the tasks you gave me because I was concerned about the well-being of our child.
What is your problem, Eden? Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you get to be a diva and demand everyone's attention all the time. You're not a saint or a queen, and you need to start acting like an adult. I know that you're just trying to play the role of victimized and vulnerable wife, so you can justify your affair. You're not fooling anyone with your act, Eden.
Jasper, please think rationally for once. You're the man of the house. So isn't it your duty to take care of things like changing a burned out light bulb or unclogging the drains? Evan was surprised when he learned that you had delegated those responsibilities to me. He even suspected that we had gotten a divorce.
How dare you mention that jerk's name to me again? I swear, if I hear you say it one more time, I'll make both of you suffer. Look, if you feel like you're not up to the task of being my wife, I'd gladly sign the divorce papers and kick a parasite like you out of my property as soon as possible.
How can you talk about our divorce so casually, Jasper? I never thought you're this kind of person when we got married.
Now you know what I expect of you as my wife, so get your act together and start pulling your weight around here. Or else, I swear, I will make you experience the most profound misery of what it's like to be homeless. I'll make sure you'll regret ever crossing me. Consider yourself lucky, you worthless stay-at-home wife, that you don't have to lift a finger to take care of your household's finances. If you did, I'm sure you'll only make a mess out of it.
It wasn't my intention to become a domestic partner in the first place. However, you convinced me to leave my job to take care of our household chores. Because you assured me that your salary alone would be sufficient to provide for our family financially. Now, you're calling me out and looking down on me for being a housewife? I don't understand how you can say something and then just go back on your word.
Did I actually say that? Screw it! I must have been drunk or something. So my words back then don't mean anything. Anyways, I don't want to waste my precious time arguing back and forth with you, because you're simply not worth it. You should know your place by now. I don't want to come home to slop you call food. If I do, I'll throw it in the trash and eat out, and you'll be paying for it. I don't think a jobless woman like you has enough money to cover my meal, do you?
I heard you loud and clear, Jasper. Thanks for making your feelings obvious to me.
Hey, Eden, are you free at the moment? I need you to bring me my important documents. I accidentally left them at home, and I need them ASAP. My meeting's about to start.
I am here, but I'm not feeling well. My morning sickness has been quite severe, and I'm having a hard time focusing. I'm feeling quite nauseous and fatigued, actually. Would you please come back home and get the documents yourself? It's only a 5-minute drive from your office, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle.
Have you lost your mind? Are you asking me to go all the way from my workplace to our house while you're lazing about all day doing nothing? Don't give me excuses like your morning sickness to avoid your duty as a wife.
Jasper, you do realize how difficult it is to manage our home all by myself, don't you? And what have you done to show that you care about our family? You never lift a finger to help around the house. You consistently leave your dirty clothes strewn about the house. You never wash the glass after you use it. And you never change the cat litter, despite being the one who always complains about it. Seriously, I just want to have some rest. My morning sickness symptoms are getting worse and worse, that I can't even stand up straight anymore. My head is literally spinning around.
Now you're fault-finding me, huh? I'm tired of hearing you whine about doing your job. Stop acting like you're above doing your fair share. We all know you're just lazy and you're looking for an excuse to evade responsibility. I don't want to hear any more of your meaningless words. Either you get over here to my workplace and bring me the documents I need, or you can start packing your bags. The choice is yours.
Fine. I understand that you need the documents, but I'm not able to deliver them myself. I'll be happy to call a delivery service and have them drop them off for you. Is that okay?
Are you deliberately being obtuse or what? Didn't I tell you that they are important documents? I didn't realize you were such a simpleton. I thought I was speaking to an adult, but I guess I was mistaken.
If the documents are really that crucial, then why did you neglect to bring them with you to your workplace? It's your fault in the first place, but now you're attempting to shift the responsibility onto me, as if I am the one who's at fault for your mistake. I reminded you repeatedly, both before you went to bed and before you left work, to make sure that everything was well prepared for your meeting tomorrow. How could you have forgotten such an important thing as your documents, despite my countless reminders? How could you be so careless?
Watch your mouth, Eden. Don't you dare raise your voice at me. I'm warning you. I'm not in the mood to be disrespected. And I'll make you pay if you keep talking back to me.
Besides, you already took our car to your company. How am I supposed to get there?
I need my documents here as soon as possible. Just figure out the best way to get them here. Whether that means taking a taxi, bus, or walking. I don't care what you do. Just get them here as quickly as you can.
I have already told you that I'm not going. I'm no longer willing to take orders from you. I have the right to say no to things that I do not want to do. If you insist, I'll have someone drop them off your office, and that's that.
Listen up, if you give those documents to a stranger and the information gets leaked, I'll lose my job and be sued for a fortune. Who's going to pay the bills then? Certainly not you. I say this one last time. And don't make me repeat myself. Come and give me my documents by yourself, or we get divorced. Eden, where have you been sulking these days? Don't think you can avoid my punishment by hiding like that. Eden, answer me! Now!
I'm being hospitalized, Jasper. Seriously, after almost killing me, you still have the audacity to talk to me in that manner? What kind of person are you, really?
You brainless woman. I told you to deliver my documents in person, but you delegated the task to your father without my consent. I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart. Is your brain still working correctly? Do you really need me to send you to some kind of madhouse to let them fix your cognitive disability?
Why are you saying all of these awful things to me? I have already explained to you that I wasn't feeling well that day and needed to rest. That's why I asked my father to help me bring the documents to your workplace. He's not a stranger, and there's no way he would do anything to leak your company's confidential information.
I don't care. It's a task that I gave you and only you, so I expect you to fulfill it for me, not anybody else. And don't even dare tell me that you're sick. I've heard enough of your stupid excuses already. Why don't you just admit that you were too lazy to even bother to lift a finger, and help me with the simplest favor I could ask from you?
And that was why you pushed me when we were arguing that day? Did you have any consciousness about how close I was to our baby's due date? You violently shoved me down the stairs, then stormed out of the house in a fit of rage, not even bothering to check on my well-being. Do you have any idea how close you came to killing me and our child? That push could have easily ended our lives. Fortunately, I was able to reach for my phone and call 911 by myself. Otherwise, I could have easily lost my life that day. How could you be so cold-blooded and reckless? Why did you become like this? Please answer me, Jasper!
Oh, you want to know the reason why? Because I've already lost all of my interest in you a long time ago. I can't believe how you've let yourself go since you got pregnant. You're disgusting. You look like a walking phone box with all of that extra skin and fat. You don't even have any shame to show yourself in public with those ugly stretch marks all over your body.
What are you saying, Jasper? Please stop. You're hurting my feelings.
Oh, you're feeling offended. Your skin is a total mess with all those disgusting acne. You always look like you're about to vomit, and your snoring is so loud that it could wake the dead. Seriously, you're a disgrace to yourself and to everyone who has to see you. I want to puke just by thinking about you. You leave me no choice but to leave our bed every night and sleep in the guest room. I mean, how can I sleep next to a dumpster like you?
Jasper, it's what being a pregnant woman is all about. Surely you were aware of the physical and emotional changes that pregnancy can inflict on a woman. I thought you would have done your research before we decided to have a child together.
I knew you would change physically during pregnancy, but I didn't expect you to become this disgusting. You look like a walking nightmare. I can't believe I used to be attracted to you.
Jasper, if you have even a shred of decency left in you, you would come to the hospital and see your daughter's face. You're a father now, and that means something. It means you have responsibilities. It means you have to put someone else's needs before your own. And right now, your daughter's needs are to see her father.
No, Eden, I think I'll pass on this one. I thought to myself over and over again, and I came up with a conclusion. I don't want any kids or to deal with any more pregnant women in my life. It's the most awful experience I've had in my entire existence. And I surely don't want to deal with all the hassle of parenthood. The child is yours to raise. I'll send you a monthly check to help out. But don't expect me to be anything more than a financial contributor. I'm not interested in being a father, so don't waste your time trying to convince me otherwise.
What? Jasper, you just conveniently shirk your responsibilities as a husband and father like that? How could you be so selfish?
How could I not? Remember, I'm the breadwinner in our family, and your opinion doesn't hold any importance at all. Even the house you're living in is also mine. I'm filing for a divorce, Eden. I'm cutting all ties with you.
Divorce? What is this all about, Jasper? I fought against all odds to give birth to our beautiful child, but now you're saying that we're getting divorced? Honestly, your cruelty knows no limit!
Oh, and one more thing. Come over and get your belongings out of my house as quickly as possible. I don't want to see anything that has to do with you any longer. You're living in my house, so you have to follow my rules. I'm the rightful owner of the house, and when I say you're no longer welcome here, then you have no choice but to leave.
But where am I to lay my head come nightfall, Jasper? You cannot treat me with such cruelty. This is not fair.
You bet I do. I'm giving you 1 hour to pack your things and get out of my house. If I see you here after that, I'm throwing your stuff in the dumpster. You're nothing but a burden to me, and I'm glad to get rid of you.
Very well. Now I see what you are truly made of. At first, I believed that you were simply perplexed by the significant changes that had occurred to me and our marriage. So I chose to overlook your mistreatment of me. I was hoping that our child would be enough to change you. However, I was quite mistaken. You are now finally showing your true colors. You are nothing more than a cold-blooded, immature man who isn't prepared to take on the responsibility of being a father figure and who will readily back down when things get tough in order to make things easier for yourself. If you truly want to sever all ties with us, then I have no reason not to allow you to do so. But be warned, Jasper, that your actions will have dire consequences.
Eden, why am I receiving summons from the court? What is going on?
What's so surprising, Jasper? I thought you already knew this day was coming. I have already consulted with an attorney about the legal action I can take against you. I'm pressing criminal charges against you for directly threatening me and our child's well-being. You will be punished to the fullest extent of the law, and you will spend your days in jail, remorseful for the torture you inflicted on me when I needed you the most. I'm also asking for restitution for the emotional, mental, and physical damages you have caused me. I will no longer let you control my life. I'm willing to fight tirelessly for my rights, stand up for myself, and let the world know what kind of person you really are.
What? What are you talking about? Don't try to scare me. It won't work. There were no witnesses to the incident in which I allegedly pushed you down the stairs, so how can you expect me to plead guilty?
Do not think for a moment that I'm trying to scare you, Jasper. The tables have turned, and I am now the one in control. You're asking about a witness? Evan, our next-door neighbor, will be more than glad to testify in court. He's also disgusted by your misbehaviors, and he's willing to help me reveal your true colors. I will be candid with you, Jasper. The thought of our daughter being fatherless when she's barely born filled me with dread. That's why I chose to remain silent and endure your cruelty and torture. But not anymore. I'm no longer afraid of you. I'm taking control of my own fate, and I will make you pay for every single misery that you have inflicted on me.
How could this happen to me? I literally have no idea what's going on right now. What did I ever do that was terribly wrong? Tell me, I don't deserve this.
Are you seriously asking me that question? You treated me like a servant, didn't lift a finger to help with the housework during my entire pregnancy, and never once accompanied me to the hospital for my ultrasounds. You insulted my appearance, pushed me down the stairs, and left me for dead. You didn't even bother to see our daughter's face after she was born. And you kicked me out of the house that I once considered my home. What I find most abhorrent is that you have never once expressed any regret for your actions towards me.
I implore you, Eden, to reconsider your decision. Consider the 4 years of our marriage and the good times we shared. Surely you are not so cruel as to put your own husband in jail. Please, I beg for your forgiveness, Eden.
Cruel? After all the crimes you committed against me? After all the emotional damage you inflicted on me? Now you have the audacity to accuse me of being cruel? But guess what? If defending myself against a dreadful person like you is considered cruel, then I am proud to be called cruel. I will not apologize for standing up for myself, and I will not let you silence me. The time for apologies has passed, Jasper. You will now face your own demons in the courtroom. Remember, I will not rest until you have been brought to justice. Jasper was sentenced to 5 years in prison for pushing me down the stairs. He had been abusing me during my 9-month pregnancy, and this was the final straw. I was devastated to see my marriage with Jasper end in tears and hatred. But I was also relieved that my reckless and cruel husband was finally going to be punished for what he had done to me. I decided to move in with my parents after Jasper was arrested. They were very supportive, and they helped me the best they could so that I can get through this difficult time. I named my daughter Hope, for I believe that she will be the light that guides me through the darkest of days. I know that life can be difficult, but I have faith that she will be the sunshine that warms my heart and fills me with joy. Despite the heartbreak of seeing her son incarcerated, Jasper's mother offered me her condolences and assured me that she would be there for me if I needed anything. She apologized to me for not doing more to stop Jasper's abuse. She visited me in the hospital after my baby was born, and she offered to help me with childcare. Mary was ashamed of her son's behavior, and she wanted to do everything in her power to make amends to me. She also told me that she was proud of me for standing up for myself and for my child. Pregnancy can be a magical time for couples, but it can also be a time of great upheaval. If one spouse is not prepared for the changes that come with having a child, it can put a strain on the marriage. I hope that my story can serve as a cautionary tale for couples who are planning to have children, and that it can also be a source of inspiration for those who are going through a difficult time.